Turn the music down. Not up. I said go down, please, like that. Hey! Good morning and welcome everybody to Wake and Bass. I hope everybody's doing wonderfully today. I know I am. It's a beautiful day. Outside I can see through my little cat window. I call it the cat window because my cats sit in that window. Looks very, very nice outside. Very happy about that because I'm doing some traveling this weekend. It's going to be fun. I'm going to do some good things, fun things there. But that's not why you're here. You're here to talk about today's artist, Sadistic Mika Band. a group that I have referenced many times in the past, has been suggested to me for many, many years, and I never really took the 10-15 minutes to go through and read just a little bit about this group, because I knew that we had some hard hitters in there. Like, I knew that this was Masayoshi Takanaka's, one of his starting places was this group, and we saw how well that went for him. Flame on, my man. And Malibu we're listening to right now, as you can tell if you've been a fan of the show for a while. So, yes, it's going to be a little bit of Takanaka, but also some other unexpected characters here. Some Yellow Magic Orchestra, fantastic. Some connections to Amy Ozaki, which I always love. And some pretty interesting connections to the Beatles, Pink Floyd, and a whole bunch of European nonsense. So stick around, we got a good one. Now, before we jump into that, we had a special request here from a longtime fan, Pavilis, talking about a song he wanted me to check out here real quick before we get going. And I thought, he's a homie. I'll hook him up. We're going to check it out here real quick. But before we do, I'm going to go ahead and say good morning to everybody here in the chat. So good morning, Pavilis. Morning, Prank. Good to see you. Morning, Bobby. Happy week and a half after that birthday, homie. Hope everything's been going well for you. Treating you right. All right. So, the request we had here, as I can switch on over to the old research tab, is a song by a group called Zutomayo. Formally, completely, Zutomayonaka de Inoni, which means it's okay if I wish it was midnight all the time. Little emo, not going to hold it against him. Shortened to Zutomaya. Now, what I found interesting about this group, just looking at this, is they're a little bit of the Japanese Gorillaz, if you will. They're a group that is going off of anonymity for the moment. So they've got 2 or 3 albums that have been going pretty well, but they don't release their members list. And they have a front woman, I think, who has a name, and I'm not sure if that's just a stage name or whatever. The reason I referenced the Gorillaz is you've got these people like, I can't name them all, but you've got like Tootie is, I think, the main guy, Murdoch is the bass player, Noodle is the guitarist, and Rusty is the drummer. And the drummer is often portrayed as Del the Funky Homo Sapien, who's the rapper who does a lot of those lyrics. It's the lead singer from Blur. He's 2D. I forget who Murdoch is, and I forget who Noodle, who each one of those individuals are. But for a long time, they hid who they were, for artistic reasons, a little Daft Punk style, that kind of thing. So not super unusual, but an interesting way to go. What I do think is funny is that it says here, in recent performances, some of the band members have been less secretive, choosing to show their faces, yet we still don't know who they are, which is kind of funny. But let's go ahead and give this song a quick listen and look, see what's going on, then we'll jump into the Sadistic Mika Band here. So let's see what we got. Okay, looking funky already. Okay. Standard funk. Bum, 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 bum. Nice, some J-pop. This reminds me of Lion the Chameleon a little bit. If you've ever heard that group. Yeah, some like J-rock. Boom, 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 boom. Boo, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So, very cool song. All right, let's see what this crazy breakdown is here. Little solo. Cool. Do a little scale. What else we got in here? we got anything crazy in here. Okay, that's cool. Let's see what is he doing there. Yeah, a little triple pop. Chickada da da dee. Is that it? Chickada dee da da da. No, okay. Chickada dee da da da. Chickada dee da da da. Bop bop bop. Is that it? Chickada dee da da. Chickada dee da da da. Bop bop bop. Bum 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 bum. Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. So this is a great example. Just real quick, just a 1 minute kind of tech example here. With the exception of this one measure, which is a little complicated. The stuff that's going on right here. This kind of stuff it sounds really cool and it looks really, really crazy. This is actually not that bad to play. You need really good fundamentals of slapping and popping so that you feel really, really comfortable. But these positions, if you look at his left hand, everything is staying pretty darn nicely right there in the hand, even right there. A lot of what's happening is first finger, third finger, first finger, third finger, first finger, third finger, first finger, third finger. Sometimes a pinky, because a pinky is easier to get that spacing. But if we look at the distance here, a lot of these are you're moving in twos, 2 frets at a time. So you're going, all right, well, this is a bad example because we're doing like a melodic section. Melodic sections are always going to be a little more stepwise in motion. But if we go to, let's just jump to the second part here, like to the opening. Here we go. So 3-5, 3-5, 3-5, difference of 2. 6-8, 8-10, difference of 2. So again, 3-5, 3, 3-5, and then the 6. Okay, we're doing our stepwise motion. And then there we go. 3-5, 8-6, 4-6, 3-5, slide, 6-8, 4-6, moving by 2. So whenever you see stuff like that, it's very right-hand oriented, in a lot of not palm muting, but ghost notes and things like that. But this is something that I think, believe it or not, is going to be a little bit less complicated than what we see coming up from today's group, which now we're getting into it, Sadistic Mika Band. But thank you, Pavilis, for that suggestion. It's a very, very cool song. I definitely like it. Jumping back into the comments here, let's see what we got here. Yeah, everybody wish happy late birthday to Bobby. That's the best. Yeah, let's see here. Ooh, Triple M. Yeah, go watch the tab he just made. Yes, Metropolitan Music Man. Dude, good job on that new tab. Just saw that you were in there. Good morning. And everybody, if you don't know, Metropolitan Music Man, doing the good work, putting out tabs. Go check it out. It's fantastic. Yeah, Pavilis. Really want to learn that song, but it looks really difficult. I promise. You can get it, my homie. You can get it. You can definitely do it. Cool. All right. Sadistic Mika Band, formed in 1973 by lead person Kazuhiko Kato and his wife Mika Kato. So I believe it was 1971. There we go. So they were very much influenced by glam rock and this kind of European, new style of glam rock. David Bowie, what's his name? Gary Glitter, was that his name? I think so. Anyway, that was kind of what they were going for there. And this album that we're listening today was listed as number 9 on the top 100 Japanese, greatest Japanese rock albums of all time. And this was put together, I want to say, in 2007. Yes, there we go. So this is their second album, which is called Black Ship, or Kurofune. And we got a huge list of really dope names on this. So we've got on percussion, Yukihiro Takahashi. So not an OG member from the very, very beginning, but he joined pretty much right at the beginning. I think he replaced, let me look at this album here when he jumps in. Yeah. So Tsunoda, one of the guys who was originally a part of it, left right after the first album and was replaced by Takahashi. And Takahashi would go on, if I am correct, to be the frontman of YMO and was the drummer / lead singer here. So he's in this group here. We've got Rei Ohara in the group. So this dude went on to go do a ton of different things, play a lot with Masayoshi Takanaka, but as you can see here at the bottom, husband of Amy Ozaki, and also played a lot on her albums. Some of my favorite bass lines of all time were this cat right here. It's very, very cool to see him in this original role. As, of course, we've already talked about, the one, the only Masayoshi Takanaka, the man ready to fly himself. And then we're going to have some other characters that we'll talk about here. There's Kazuhiko Kato himself right there. We've got Mika over here. We have the controversial Chris Thomas. We'll talk more about that here in a second. And then some other characters here. But let's go ahead and jump in and listen to the first couple tracks here, because we got a lot to get through. And it's pretty cool. And it's pretty all over the place. So this is our very first track, Sumie no Kuni-i. And I need to look up all the English translations here. But we're going to start off with a nice little synth piano. Yes. Beautiful. Let's see what this means. It's so contemplative right now. A Japanese sumi painting. Cool. Oh my God. Ah. Whew. That's a lot of chimes. Oh boy. Turn it down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Balance that out a little. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. That opening chord progression was super cool. Okay, hello. I just felt the need to add that. Okay. This is a very interesting intro. I like all the stereo ears. I feel like that's going to be a big setup for what's about to happen in this album. Oh, damn. It's a long album, baby. Alright, we got a 9-minute first song. So I'm already picking up on some kind of Beatle-esque kind of just timbre. The roundness of that guitar, the recording style of the drums. And maybe I'm projecting myself here, but or projecting that I already know that the producer is UK. But I can hear that kind of, I feel like I can hear that stuff, that influence. This is 1974. This is early. Although I have yet to see any glam rock in this. This is a cool progression. What? Yeah. Very cool, very cool. Alright. Catch it right before it transitions smoothly. Okay. Cool, smooth transition there. Now, just taking one quick second here before we roll on to this next track here, just to make a little comment about the formation of the Sadistic Mika Band. Just a couple things that I think are interesting. One, the name of the group was kind of a tongue-in-cheek parody of John Lennon and Yoko Ono's Plastic Ono Band, with sadistic being inspired by Mika's sadistic way of using knives in the kitchen, because she likes to cook. That will come up later. Anyway, so I think that's kind of funny, because if you've ever listened to Yoko Ono's Plastic Ono Band, not very good. So I think it's pretty funny that they had their own little their version that was top 10 Japanese prog rock albums of all time. So I think that's pretty interesting. That's where the name comes from. The second interesting thing is, as I mentioned, the production of this album was done by Chris Thomas. So Chris Thomas is a cat, pretty interesting, from, let's see here, Middlesex, Perivale, Middlesex, England, born 1947. And some of his credits include working with The Beatles, Pink Floyd, Roxy Music, Elton John, Paul McCartney, part of the Beatles there, Pete Townsend, Pretenders, Sex Pistols, NXS. A lot of good groups there. And one thing I think was a couple things I think was interesting. His early life, he was classically trained on violin and piano, and then began playing bass in a London pop band. Oh, I didn't do that. Turning down at one point the opportunity to play with Jimi Hendrix and Mitch Mitchell before Hendrix struck it big. Not many people can say that. He also wrote the Beatles producer George Martin's Seeking Work and then got it. I don't know how you do that, but he worked on several things for the Beatles, including the self-titled double album known as the White Album. Pretty big album there. He's also uncredited on producing Birthday, a song that I absolutely love that I remade myself one time, and Happiness is a Warm Gun. Very, very cool there. Also played keyboard on 4 songs on the White Album. He played harpsichord on Piggies, the mellotron on The Continuing Story of Bungalow Bill, and piano on Long, Long, Long and Savory Truffle. I think that's pretty interesting because I always assumed whenever I heard a piano part on one of that era's Beatles albums, I just assumed it was Billy Preston because Billy Preston did a lot of stuff with them during that time. But this is very interesting to learn that Chris Thomas was also a part of this. And we'll learn also what Chris Thomas was a part of here after we listen to the rest of this original track, which is now called Nanika ga Umi. I'm not even going to try. This is the second part of the first track. We're still on A1 technically here. Although I guess this is now Time Machine. No, we're not on Time Machine. We're still in this first one. Friends getting doxed on Steam. Whoops. Whoa. All right, Takanaka. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. We've got some questions. Is that a fretless bass or a double bass? This is definitely an electric. I couldn't tell at the beginning. I'd have to listen closely again. I'd guess probably a fretless, though. Fretless electric. Yeah, man. Come find me, prank. Everything about us is similar except for our credentials. 60s psych rock here. Like it, Takanaka. Get it, Takanaka. Yeah. Man, that man knows how to build. How long has this been? 2 minutes of build. Yeah, dude. Yeah. The drums. Where's Takahashi? These drums sound awesome. That's an uncredited Nobu Saito. Those drums sound so good. That was an awesome jam. Deep Purple called. They want their song back. Yeah. Dude, okay, I wonder, let's look up Deep Purple. What was their reign? They were 1968. When was that big iconic Shades of Deep Purple? Made in Japan. Oh, here it is. Machine Head, 1972. All right. Okay, now this sounds like some Elton John right here. Dude, this sounds like a very American rock and roll. Or maybe, I guess you'd say British rock and roll. Okay, a little surf rock kind of. Okay, this is, I feel like Takanaka wrote these lyrics. Come on if you're a fan of Curious Dreams and the distant past. Turn that switch a tiny bit to the distant past, and let the world of Jurassic Age will spread out before us. Far-flung fossil age. We'll have ammonites for lunch and Walker Tyrannosaurus. Ha 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 ha. Oh, this is cool. These are cool lyrics. Dude, this is very impressive. Yeah. Takanaka is so good. And he's doing all this, right? No, okay. Kazuhiko's also playing guitar. So good. Yeah, super good use of space. Really good balance. Everything. I'm with you, Prank. You can definitely tell when Takanaka's leading. I mean, you can just hear his guitar tone. He just has a, like, he's so about tone that every tone he makes is very purposeful. Cool ending. Great way to end it. That's cool, man. All right, now I gotta look here if where we get the remaster. All right, they don't even have the remaster up here yet, technically speaking, because I'm wondering. It's like, man, this sounds so good, really, really clean. And not just a clean recording, like, oh, sometimes in old 70s recordings, you know, the hiss is a little high, or you'll hear a bunch of extra sounds. We heard that a little bit on track 1. But, man, this one especially sounds so good. It sounds like it could have been made this year. You know, it's such a modern style, or such a, I guess, a universal kind of transcending style that is very, very appealing. But, man, really, really good. I love it. Takanaka. Way to make something out of nothing. That little middle guitar solo was nothing super special in terms of the writing, but man, the execution was just spot on. Really, really cool tone, really, really good, just musicality, all that stuff. And just a fun song. The lyrics are all about, you know, traveling through time in a very tongue-in-cheek, goofy way, going to prehistoric time, then going to, I guess, Duesenberg's, the Golden Age, whatever that is. Yeah, going looking at flowers in the past, doing waltzes. Yeah, very cool, very fun, very, very fun. So we got one more song. Oh, no, we don't, do we? Let's see, Black Ship, 2nd June, 3rd June, 4th June. Anyway, the reason I came over to this reissue is to see, is there somebody here who went through and remixed this or did something? And I'm trying to see. Oh, no, I don't really see. These engineers are the same. This is the same person I was looking at over here. I do so believe. Here we go. This cat, one of our producers, or was this the recording? I think this was the recording assistant that I clicked on. Oops. Yeah, the recording engineer, Ryoji Hachiya. Just trying to look through to see what else they have done, because it's like, man, this sounds really, really good. Like, great job, buddy, on all the recording. But yeah, okay, I guess he didn't do a whole ton for these people, but very, very cool there. So checking in here with our chat. Yeah, Conrad, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Wild to me, he was 21 when this came out. Yeah, all these cats, it really is amazing what they accomplished so young, and it's a not a double-edged sword. It's kind of two sides of a coin, though. You have talent, of course, you know, when people are really, really good at what they do, or they've worked really hard to achieve that. But the other half of it is this naivete of not really knowing what you're getting into and just kind of going for it. Because once you get to a certain age and you understand all the pieces and all the complexities that go into creating music or any kind of art, it can be a little crippling when you're like, oh, it's so daunting. There's so many things I have to think about and do. And when you're young, you're just like, I'm doing it. It's great. And you just go for it. You don't really think about it. But this is a great example on a lot of these musicians where both of those things come together really, really nicely. Now, getting into some interesting personal information. This, as great as this album is turning out to be, it would be more or less the last good time for Sadistic Mika Band, because during this time, when after their first album, they were approached by Chris Thomas, the producer, who requested to produce their band after hearing this first album. And, you know, that's a pretty big boon. You're thinking, oh, wow, this guy did all the Beatles and Pink Floyd. He's wanting to come do our album. This is really cool. Great. Yeah, and he also introduced Mika, the lead singer, to Badfinger while producing their LP, Wish You Were Here, and she's can be heard on that, which is pretty interesting. However, one thing that wasn't so great is that during this period of time when they were recording the album, like a couple weeks, a month or two in, Pete had an affair, or Chris had an affair with Mika. Not Pete. Not Pete Townsend. Chris Thomas, the record producer, had an affair with Mika that got to the point where when they finished recording their band or their album, which they were doing kind of a 2-for-1 where they were doing the album and they were doing some live stuff, which ended up becoming their third album, she didn't go back to Japan. She's just like, nope, I'm staying here with this guy. And that's what happened. So that's a little rough. So as it says here, let me find is this the original one or the one in Japanese? Because the one in Japanese kind of glossed over what happened there. Let's see if the Chris Thomas thing has. Here we go. So after hearing, this is on the Chris Thomas page. After hearing their 1973 self-titled debut album, Thomas requested to produce the Sadistic Mika Band, a Japanese rock band led by a husband and wife duo, Kazuhiko and Mika Fukai. He produced their second album, what we're listening to, which was released on November 5th, 1974. During its recording, Mika and Thomas began an extramarital affair around June. So the affair ultimately caused the Mika Band to break up in November of 75 when Mika decided to stay in the UK with Thomas and refused to return to Japan with the rest of the band. The Thomas-produced third album, Hot Menu, was released on November 5th. After she divorced Kato, Mito and Thomas eventually married. However, by 1983, Mika left Thomas. So, getting burned, getting roasted on now. Everybody kind of got the bad end of that stick. So, kind of an interesting dynamic here to know that that's what's going on in the background of this album. A little gross, a little weird. But another thing that's interesting that I read over here in the Japanese Wikipedia that I'm not sure how true this is. It is uncited, so always take that with a grain of salt. It says this album took a total of 450 hours to record. That's a month and a half of 10-hour days. I don't know about that. The timeline lines up, but it kind of makes you think about, like, well, how much of that time was really needed for recording and how much was canoodling? I don't know any of that. But it makes you think. Interesting thing. Back on topic here. Let's see if we can't do a little bit of this Black Ship, which looks like 2nd June, 3rd June, and 4th June. We'll see how that all works out. Here we go with 2nd June. Oh, yeah! Yes. Black Ship. Yes. Oh, there's that Takanaka. Oh, those harmonies. was too short, baby. I need another 3 minutes of June 2nd. All right, we're on June 3rd. So quick, so fast. Yeah, Prank, the background story to this is pretty interesting with the scandals. What is this polyrhythm going on? We're in 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What an interesting. Yeah. Oh. Ow. Man, Chris Thomas, why'd you screw this up, dude? Oh, this slaps. Have to listen to the Sadistics next, which is pretty much the same group minus the Mika element, and our other guy too, the lead, the founder of the group, unfortunately, Kazuhiko Kato. He's not in there, is he? Got this presence and forwardness that's, I guess it's I don't know if it's a UK sound, but it just has this weird Billy Preston, Beatles, funk rock kind of UK sound where everything is just in your face. It's not real rumbly thick. It's not super bassy, but it's really balanced. Damn if it's funky. It is. It is funky. Oh, now it's the 4th of June. Little Takanaka volume rolls. Those are nice. That's not a synthesizer, that's a guitar. He's hitting a note and then releasing the volume, and it gives that cool swelling sound. I agree, Pavillis. That's exactly how I would scream with that kind of slapping. Yeah, Metropolitan, you can just smell that Takanaka. Oh yeah. Prank brings up a good point. Had the Sadistic Mika Band stuck around, we wouldn't have gotten Takanaka's solo stuff as earlier. We wouldn't have gotten YMO as early, or ever potentially. All things happen for a reason. If we had to let go of this to have Weekend Fly to the Sun, okay. So epic, man. But somehow not. I mean, it's cheesy, I guess, but it doesn't feel too cheesy. It's just sincere rock. Little Queen. Yeah, there's that personality. here? What's up, Horatio? Those inconsiderate bosses. Well, perfect timing. Welcome now to the very end of June 4th. Ah. Okay. That is side A. Side 1 of Sadistic Mika Band. Black Ship. Pretty dang cool there. So that first side was at about 25 minutes there of some, I'm not going to say freeform, because we had some nice structure in there, but yeah, a little all over the place with our vibes there, from kind of a very prog rock intro setup jam that then moves into a fun surf rock time machine. That was a cool song. Sounded very, I felt that had a very Elton John Saturday, or what's that? Yeah. Is it Saturday? I think that's the name of the song. Saturday, Saturday's all right for a fight. Whatever. Had that kind of vibe, that kind of sound. Black Ship is Takanaka learning to fly, baby. So on the front cover here, we have the ill-fated duo, the Mika and Kazuhiko. But on the back here, we see our boy. There he is. He was ready to fly all the way back then. Everybody else is like, how do you make a pose that makes you look like you're flying? Takanaka's like, I got this, man. I know exactly what to do. He's looking good. He's just crushing it out there. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, Pavilis, I was thinking the same thing. He goes, too bad it's June 13th. Very uncoordinated listening session. That was my fault. Had I known, we could have nailed this right on June 3rd, June 4th, and June 3rd. I didn't say any of those right. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean. Let's go ahead and move on to our second side, our B1, Yoroshiko Dozo Dontaku. No idea what that means, but let's see what it sounds like. We're getting weird. I now know where Cowboy Bebop got all their inspiration for their weird songs. Ooh, I like that. And there's the YMO. And this side of the album is written by Yuhiko Takahashi. No. Was that a zipper? That was a zipper. This is YMO, baby. What are we singing about here? Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. This is awesome. I love Takanaka. I love Takanaka. I love it. I've never heard something so stupid, but so awesome. Like we got wah-wah guitar going on. We got like a real plucky electric piano, synthesizer. What's going on with crazy drums? This dude, whatever this is. Again. This is so great, man. And it's not exactly YMO, but it's got all those proto YMO things, those zippers. There's so much going on. I can't believe it. It's an overload, but at the same time, it works. Dude. YMO brought to you by Takanaka. Very cool. See, this is a dope album. I see why this got number 9. I see why it got number 9. Oh, that's a cool synth sound. Okay, here we go. So, Yoshihiko Dozo means go ahead and is pretty difficult to translate. That's so funny. I was totally wrong with my Google Translate. That's cool, though. Thank you, Pavilis. Thank you for the translation. Okay, so since we're running out of time and I gotta roll out here, let's see what else we got left. We got 4 Seasons, Suki Suki Suki, Typhoon, and Sayonara. There's our YMO coming back in. Very cool here. Well, let's see here. If I had to take a stab at what is going to be the last crazy song here, I'm going to assume it's Typhoon. I think that's what we're going to go for here. I'll jump in the middle here. We'll see if it gets crazy. Yeah, there we go. We got a little Takanaka sweet guitar solo. All right, my deepest apologies to everybody for skipping through 4 Seasons here. A little bit of a slow jam. But, as I said, I'm a little bit on a time crunch today. We'll see what a little bit of we got here. A little bit of funk riff here with Hey Made Hitotobi. Yeah, we're getting Shaft now. Oh, nope, never mind. Takanaka. There he is. I wonder if this is Suki 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 with Typhoon. Oh. Yeah, dude. Now it's like I'm feeling like it's like the Pointer Sisters vibe. I'll show you exactly what this reminds me of. Comes in swinging. I can see how this is your favorite track. Morning, Sam. I would agree. It's a tie between this and that just Takanaka solo from A1. This is kicking it though. Ah, we're not done. I love that. Yeah, that was the best. That might be the best song on the album. That's awesome. So this obviously goes way harder than the example I'm about to give, but it is giving me hard Sesame Street pinball number vibes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This isn't 12. We are not in 12. Let me be real clear. This is a really crazy time. Signature. Ruining a generation of counters forever. I'm kidding.
2.
Dude, this song just slaps so hard. I think it's the Pointer Sisters and let's see here. Walt Kimmer, Ed Bogus. Ah, so good. So good. Anyway, Sadistic Mika Band hitting it hard here. Now Typhoon, just listen to this. All right, we're back to that. Now, this sounds like a glam rock kind of Elton John intro here. Yeah. That's what we got. Very cool. All right. So I'm going to leave this down in the background here as we just wrap up for the day here. Unfortunately, I just don't have time to listen to all the songs today. But last little interesting bits about the crew and where they all ended up. Unfortunately, Kazuhiko Kato is no longer with us. Passed away in 2009. Mika, after leaving the producer here, Chris Thomas, in 1983, went to pastry school to become a chef and ended up, I think she did that for like 3 or 4 years and then bailed, wrote a couple books, and went back to Japan and is a chef or trying to be a pastry person. I don't know. Not doing music. But everybody else pretty much went on to go have extremely successful careers. So like I mentioned earlier, Rei Ohara marries Amy Ozaki, has a huge run with Takanaka, plays a lot on his album, plays on the Miyazaki albums, does a lot of his own studio work, very successful. Yukihiko Takahashi, the drummer and vocalist, becomes front vocalist and drummer for YMO, Yellow Magic Orchestra. Huge band, crossover global hit that would form just a couple years after this group. Who else we got on here? Masayoshi Takanaka, needs no introduction. He's mother-loving Takanaka, the one, the only. Amazing. And then Chris Thomas. Interesting story. You can argue what he did was terrible, but it also gave us YMO and Weekend Fly to the Sun. No, not Weekend Fly to the Sun. What was that really good Takanaka? Ready to Fly? Is that it? Where's Ready to Fly? It's in there somewhere. Seychelles, Insatiable High, Takanaka. Maybe I'm just thinking of what's his name's albums. After 5 Clash. Toshiki Katamatsu. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Whatever the case, Takanaka is amazing. He really shines super hard in this album, and what I love is that if you look real closely at the pictures in the Sadistic Mika Band, you can see his little baby mustache is just barely coming in. But he loves that thing, man. Yeah, it's just got a little mustache. There's that red sweater we all love. Just a little mustache. See, it's even tinier there, little mustache. But he got that beach guitar. Yep, I don't even think he's in that picture. Yeah, look at that guy. That guy's ready to go. He was ready to go. Okay, very fun. This is a great album. Super, super, super cool. Very much enjoyed listening to that. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all the love and support from you guys. I will be getting back into putting up some tabs here. I know I say that, and I'm just a man of empty promises, but I have a new rehearsal place. I have a new location that I can start doing some recording and some practicing. That's really going to help put out some new videos and tabs. It'll be a new visual background, something kind of fun, switch it up. So be looking for that in the next couple weeks. For this next week here, though, I'm going to be doing a little bit of family R&R, visiting, saying hello to my father on Father's Day. Hey, Dad, love you. And Mom, love you too. So I will be doing that. If you are not a part of the Discord, link down below. You should join. It is a fantastic place full of fantastic people, totally free. Lots of great resources and cool places to spiderweb your interests out into other areas. If you go to my Patreon, it does still exist, even though I haven't updated it in a long time. If you want to throw me a couple bones a month that you were just going to throw in the trash, I'd appreciate it. But I've also got access to backing tracks up there, all the bass backing tracks for all the tabs that I have on YouTube. So if you want to try to play along without listening to me, you can download those. Those are all, should be free. There's a 1-week trial that you can sign up for, download them all, and then you can cancel if you want. If you're strapped for cash, I really don't care. You can have access to those all. And if you have problems for whatever reason getting on with Patreon, you can always just message me, and I'm happy just to send those to you. Anyway, if you have a request for a topic or for a song, hit me up. Like I said, after this weekend of travel, next week I'm going to hit it hard. Start doing some more office hours, do more tab videos, just produce some more stuff, go that general route. But until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, wonderful rest of the day. And I'm going to begin my waving off, goodbye, sign off motions as I search for the button that ends the stream. But until then, I love you guys. I'll catch you later. Oh, yeah, there it is. It is. It's All of Me by Takanaka. Yeah, everybody's like, oh, yeah, dude, Airport Lady. After 5 Clash, first City Pop was so good. So good. Love you guys. Bye.